Time on the Great Lakes, our annual trek to Ludington with Captain Pete Rubianis was tremendously successful. Pete came in second in the Lawrence tournament a couple weeks ago. Wally Loxonen came in first. We fished with the best, Al Loxonen and Rich Loxonen and Terry Promowicz from Candyman, and we took some nice salmon. We're going to take you salmon fishing in just a minute, treat you to some great smoked fish, and a lot more. Stay tuned. I'm Fred Trost. It's Thursday night time for Michigan Outdoors.
The stillness of the forest lies encased in Arctic cold. The wind might whisper through the trees. Listen if you can. It tells you of the beauty in this state of Michigan.
Quiet. Who caught the biggest fish?
We did.
I did.
The biggest one?
Kay did.
We know who caught the smallest.
Yeah, we know who caught the smallest.
Yeah, Bob did.
Once a year for the past 4 years, we've fished the last weekend in July with Captain Pete Rubianis, and look what happens. We catch salmon. The Dreamweaver, that's Pete's boat, is docked at Ludington for most of the summer, along with a host of other excellent charter captains. And our Michigan Outdoors parties of fishermen this weekend included a lot of first-time salmon anglers, winners of our Outdoors Club sweepstakes, prize winners from our Spring Fishing Awards banquet, people who helped put on the outdoor fair. And the head of our fleet was Captain Pete Rubianis. Now, he took second in the big Lawrence tournament in July, and the other 4 charter boats in our weekend fleet included the top winner. Wally Loxonen was number 1 in the tournament, winning $10,000, squeaking by a few points ahead of Pete Rubianis. But on this weekend, the fishing slowed down, mainly because of the heavy fishing pressure. Still caught a lot of salmon, though. What do you think? You satisfied, Wally?
Well, I think we had a fair day's fishing with some good action.
It's kind of slowed down, though, from what it's been earlier this week, hadn't it?
Yeah, we had to work for some trout today in order to fill out the catch, definitely.
Is that because all the boats out here?
Well, partially that, and I think the Kings, they just weren't as active today. We had a lot of sun. The sun came up, and they kind of shut down. A lot of boat traffic, too, yeah.
Or sometimes the charter captains, they get worried because the fish aren't quite as big. Were you satisfied?
Very much, very much.
How many did you get?
I think 3.
You think? You can't remember how many fish you
There were
caught?
so many caught that I can't remember.
You mean it's kind of fun to watch other people catch them, too?
Mm-hmm. A lot of fun.
Well, nobody has more fun than a first-time salmon angler. Kay Ingram, broadcast manager of WKAR-TV, thought it was thrilling, and so did Ron and Nancy LeClaire, longbow shooters you've seen at the outdoor fair. Tell you what. Well, look at this. Traditional archers making good on the big lake.
Yep, we took a break from archery this weekend, do a little fishing.
Now, how many times is this you've been salmon fishing?
This is the first time.
First time? What'd you think, Nance?
It was fun, really was. I
Well,
enjoyed it.
Out of all the fish here were caught on your boat, on the Finlander, you got the biggest one.
I know it.
What was it like?
It was exciting.
Take a long time?
I don't know. It was hard.
This one took a long time. The 2 big ones took a long time to bring in. Yeah.
Hey, Captain, how much does that weigh?
Well, it's 20 plus, I'd say.
20? Well, you had a good day of fishing, didn't you?
Yeah, it was a super day. Yeah.
How's it been this past few weeks?
It's been a great season, one of the best.
How come?
Well,
And now, is that for everybody or just you?
no, it's been great for the whole harbor, yeah. I think, for one thing, the fact that we don't have much commercial netting around here anymore has really helped us. The fish are sticking around. Other than that, I don't know. The fish just seem to be here. They're here every year. Just a good harbor to fish out of.
Well, Bob,
Yes.
you got this trip through the PBS auction.
Right.
What'd you think? Last time you went fishing for salmon, you got what?
1.
How'd you do this time?
We had a lot more than that.
Well, I guess so. Here, let's sort of kneel down here and look at these. You got some lake trout and the Chinook salmon. Any coho at all showing up?
No coho. We've taken one on occasions, but no coho in any numbers. They'll normally come in later. We got a nice brown here on the end, however, which every now and then we pick up on. But it's mainly been the king salmon and the lake trout.
Aren't there more lake trout this year than there
Most
were?
I've seen in years, and big ones, yes, yeah.
Yeah, that's folks seem pretty satisfied catching the lake trout.
Oh, it's a premium fish. It's been it's a native fish to Michigan, and it's one that the people really seem to like. You know.
Well, now you have 3 boats here
Right.
that are all Loxonen boats.
Right.
And you got the 2 boys that I bet you have a little competition now and then, don't you?
Yeah, I think that's what pushes us on is the competition, right?
But you
Yeah,
work
we're
together, but you have competition.
Yeah, right. However, the chips lay when we're all done, but we work and compete against one another while we're out there. Yeah.
Well, Captain Al Loxonen is a competitor. He has won and placed in more salmon tournaments than anybody. His Finlander boat came in the 17th in the Lowrance tournament, upstaged by his son Wally. But on this evening, all the big winners of the tournament were upstaged by one of the Loxonen boys who didn't even place in the tournament. There's my son Zach and my dad. They each caught just one salmon on Pete's boat, while Terry Promowitz on the Candyman and Rich Loxonen on the Finweaver stayed out in deep water and caught the most. Of course, they had to spend most of the time cleaning fish. 11 kings this evening?
Yeah, 11 king salmon.
You know, that's far and away better than anybody else, including Pete.
Well, sometimes you hit them, sometimes you don't.
So how did you do it?
Well, we were fishing out a little bit deeper than Pete was tonight, and I think that made a difference.
Well, you didn't have too much company out there, did you?
No, we were all alone, and that sometimes makes it nice when you got big fish on.
Mm-hmm. How deep were you fishing?
Well, we fished, our shallowest fish today came 70 foot down, and our deepest came 115, so.
Well, no, we were fishing in that range. You think the difference was just the fact that we were in the shallow water with more boats?
Definitely. I believe those fish are out there a little bit deeper because those fish are spooked. It's a weekend, and they get on their shelf, and a lot of boats get in there. Those fish tend to move out a little bit.
Well, how is it that everybody, including your dad, was in shallow?
Well, there's a couple boats out there with me that I was talking to. The Candyman, the other boat that was fishing out there, he took some nice fish out there deeper.
Well, you just had the feeling in your bones that that's a place to be.
No, I guess we just ended up there. So they hit them there this morning, so we gave it a shot.
What's it take to be a successful captain or a fisherman up here?
You got to get up early every morning, go to bed late every night.
Well, Rich Loxonen put it very well, the life of a successful charter captain. And despite the daily ups and downs of the fish counts from boat to boat, all the captains found salmon, and catching even one big one makes the day for most anglers. Running a little bit the female. You guys all caught plenty of fish?
We caught plenty of fish and had a great time.
Now, this is a group basically from the Flint Bowman bow hunters. How could you tell?
Oh, you can't tell that.
Yeah, you can't tell that. All dressed in camouflage. You guys get out salmon fishing very much?
No, this is the first time for me.
Well, how was it, Dave?
It was great. Had a real good time.
Which one did you catch?
One of the smallest ones down in the end down there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
But we had a great time. The weather was great. Captain was great. Had a good time.
Yeah, I tell you, that does make a lot of difference when you can see fish being caught.
Oh, yes, it sure does. We had a great time, a lot of fish, and those kings really put up a big fight, and had a great time.
Well, you can expect the success to slow down somewhat during the weekends at the heavily fished ports because of all the boat traffic, but despite the competition, Pete Rubianis, Terry Promowitz, and the Loxonen boys showed our parties why salmon fishing is so popular in Michigan outdoors.